Good morning, folks. Thank you for being here. Thank you for spending part of this beautiful day here in community. This church is something we organize around our covenant for how we'll be together rather than what we believe. We share some ideals. We share a covenant that says how we live this life matters. How we treat one another matters. Being on a journey to grow and live responsibly with the truth as we are given to understand it is all part of our covenant. Whoever you are, whatever your age, race, origin, orientation, background, status, ability, identity, if you care to be here with us, you're always welcome in a spirit of mutuality. We have a number of announcements. Susan Yellett is our board person.
Well, we don't do much.
Right.
And Susan can do some.
Right, yeah. So our volunteer of the month is Barbara Dager. It's Pal. Oh, yeah, it's a new month now. I'm in a new world. It's Pam Carlisle. And she is one of our RE teachers, and she's also with the Bossier Parish Library and does a lot of history, and always volunteering to help out. And Barbara's a cool girl too, so my bad. We're going to have a holiday market right after church. So anybody that's hearing us on our Facebook, y'all come on. We got all kinds of good stuff for sale. And our giveaway, the plate, is Interfaith. And I went to their meeting the other day, and it looked like they had a whole lot of churches wanting to help out in the community. And one of the big things that they did recently was get the cooling stations set up for Morning Star and the Highland Center. So when the power goes out, folks will have a place to go. When is the game night? This Friday, game night, game on. I will beat you in Yahtzee, or dominoes, chicken foot, right, Tina? Anyway, that's what I have to say. If it's something I forgot, Susan will let y'all know.
So this Wednesday, the Public Service Commission is going to meet in Natchitoches for a change of pace. You know, everything so often happens down south and they forget that we're up here. Well, and they're talking about some new regulations that are really good, and they're talking about putting their the energy saving program into the hands of a third party, which is great because you don't want the tobacco company running a smoking cessation program, right? So that part is good. The part that's not so great is that they want to pay back the electric companies for the savings, for the power that's not being used. And they also want to base their billing on projected use as opposed to actual metered use. And since we're slowly but surely getting those smart meters now, that should definitely not be a thing. So we, Together Louisiana, wants to go to this meeting voice support for this general idea of putting this program into the hands of a third party. But those two things, the paying back the electric companies for what hasn't been, for what's been saved, and also, what was the other one? The other thing that I just said. Yes, thank you, projected use versus actual use. So it will be at 9 a.m. in the morning in Natchitoches, so we'll probably be leaving around 7 or 7:30 just to get there early and kind of meet with the other folks that are coming up from down south. So if you are interested, talk to me at some point today. It's a busy day, or text me, 318-465-3427. I would love to hear from you if you would like to go. And I think, is that all I have today? Boomwhackers? Are we wanting kids and adults? If you don't have a rehearsal set up yet, so we can't invite them. Okay, we're going to set up a rehearsal to invite you to a multi-generational boomwhacker choir. For Christmas Eve, if you're interested, watch your emails and talk to. Thank you. The mitten tree is up. We bring mittens and scarves and warm outerwear for the kids at that come to the Highland Center. We give it to Maggie Lee's Closet, which is one of the clothing closets for kids over there. So if you, in the next couple of Sundays, will bring your mittens and scarves and things, we will have a nice collection to give to them. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Sally Wood, your illustrious president. This is the season of giving. This is the season of giving. Please remember to give to your church, to finish paying off your pledge, to give a little extra. We do such wonderful work here, and we are valuable to you spiritually as well. 'Tis the season of giving.
Let your ears and feet and heart be all in one place. Let the pews hold you. Relax into it. Trust it. Take a couple of deep breaths and let us be together in a spirit of elevating and contemplating things that matter, which is what worship means. Gathered here in the mystery of the hour, gathered here in one strong body, gathered here in the struggle and the power, Spirit draw near. Many of the past generation and many today have found three abiding values in prayer: the quiet meditation on life, the reaching out toward the universal and the infinite, and the courageous facing of one's profoundest wishes. Let parents sense and share with their children the glory and the mystery of everyday things. Let them look with sympathy upon humanity's age-long dilemmas. Let no questions be taboo. The next generation can ill afford to have the deeper values deleted from the book of life. Spirit of life and hope, again to you we turn our minds and hearts. Awaken us again to the mysteries that humble us, the realities that orient us, the truths that judge and guide us, the creativity that heightens and deepens and reorders our living, the beauty that informs and ravishes us, the love that nurtures us, the fellowships that sustain us, that we may give ourselves in honesty and openness to the larger life before us. We gather here to seek the truth, to grow in love, and to join together in service, to celebrate life's beauty and find healing for its pain, to honor our kinship with each other and with the earth and all existence, to create a more compassionate world, beginning with ourselves, to wonder at the mystery that gave us birth, to find courage for the journey's end, and to listen for the wisdom that guides us in the quietness. Would you join me in just the first verse of Gather the Spirit? You can remain seated. Gather the Spirit, harvest the power. Our separate fires will kindle one flame. Witness the mystery of this hour. Our trials in the light appear all the same. Gather in peace, gather in thanks, gather in sympathy now and then. Gather in hope, compassion and strength. Gather to celebrate once again. Is there anyone who would like to help lead the first part of our chalice lighting?
We light this chalice to celebrate Unitarian Universalism. This is the church of the open mind. This is the church of the helping hands. This is the church of the loving heart. Together, with mind, hands, and heart, we care for the earth and for each other.
I very much appreciate that, Kate. Except now you want us to call you Ava, right? Thank you. In the mystery of life about us, there is light. It gives us a place to be, to grow, to rejoice together. It opens the pathways of love. Let the light we kindle go before us, strong in hope, wide in goodwill, inviting the day to come. Out of the flames of fear, we rise with courage in our deepest convictions to stand for justice, inclusion, and peace. Out of the flames of scrutiny, we rise to proclaim our faith with hope to heal a fractured and hurting world. Out of the flames of doubt, we rise to embrace the mystery, wonder, and awe of all there is and all that is yet to be. Out of the flames of hate, we rise with the force of love, love that celebrates our shared humanity. Out of the flames, we rise. Would you please rise in body or spirit and say the unison affirmation with me? Love is the doctrine of this church. The quest for truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge and freedom, to serve human need, to the end that all souls shall grow into harmony with the sacred. Thus do we covenant with each other. Our opening hymn is one of mine that usually goes with, I guess, Jewish Christian heritage. It's a part of our history, starting way before history, told by memory for centuries, till we wrote it all down. Of the days before days began, of a people and of a man, one was spreading from land to land, that were changing the world. It's the story of the struggle between power and peace, between power and peace, whether God singles people out or love's beyond a doubt. The struggle won't end till we learn. It's a part of our heritage, dreams and visions and messages, making laws, making promises, living as we believe. Noah and Abraham, a house divided, still trying to stand. Noses set for the promised land, where the house split in three. It's the story of the struggle between power and peace, between power and peace, whether God singles people out or love's beyond a doubt. The struggle won't end till we learn. Thank you. Please be seated.
What season is this? Advent. Advent, that's right. Advent leading up to Christmas. I heard Christmas over here, and that's right. But right now, it is Advent. And next week, I promise I will have found the Advent wreath, put the candles in it, and we will light them. But for now, there's a picture on the screen, or there was. And so it is the season of Advent, which is a season of waiting. Each week we light a candle in anticipation of the birth of the baby Jesus in the Christian tradition. And it's a time that we can stop to think of a new birth within us, a birth of love and a birth of caring for each other and for our world. But it's another season right now, too. What is it? It's Hanukkah, that's right. Our Jewish members our Jewish members and friends who celebrate are lighting candles every night. I believe tonight is the 4th night of Hanukkah, if I'm not mistaken. And that is a celebration of religious freedom, which also very much relates to us. It's the story of the Maccabee brothers and how when the temple in Jerusalem was taken over by the Greek rulers of Syria, Judah Maccabee and his brothers came down from the hills and restored the temple, and then they needed to relight the temple lamp, which was really important, but they needed to do the process to kind of consecrate, to make and consecrate the holy oil, and they only had enough oil for one night. But what was the miracle? How many nights did it last? It lasted for 8 nights, and so that is a celebration. We eat potato pancakes fried in oil, and jelly donuts, lots of nice fried snacks, and light a candle every night. Light one of the candles for the 8 nights, and exchange gifts. And so, what other celebration are we leading up to here? Solstice, yeah. Spoken by our senior druid, Rovina. And what's the other name for that holiday? Yule, that's right. So you've heard about the Yuletide. People often use that word for this season, for the Christmas season. That comes from the pagan roots from way back when people were kind of awed by nature, and also in really, really cold northern places where it got so cold and so dark for so long. It was kind of like, we need to light some candles and we need to have a party, right? I mean, we need to remember that the light will come again. And so, what's the common thread through all of these holidays? Joy. Joy is one common thread, for sure. Expectation, yes. Light, yes. The common thread. This is the season of light for these 3 traditions. So I want to thank you all, and we will send our children and youth to their classes now. Go now in peace. Go now in peace. May the spirit of love surround you everywhere, everywhere you may go.
This comes from a minister named Sarah Campbell from our tradition. I think it will probably end up being the longer part of the service, so don't worry that you're going to have to sit through this length of something again today. It's called the Moment of Truth. I want to tell you about something that happened a few years ago on a Sunday after services. The congregation I was serving then was gathered for a congregational meeting. I was sitting somewhere near the front, and someone came and whispered to me that there was a strange man who wanted to see the minister. I knew what they meant. He wanted money, of course. And now I knew what that meant. He wanted money, of course. And what better time to be sure to catch the minister at church than on a Sunday morning? I could smell the alcohol on the stranger's breath immediately. He said, "I want to pray and to turn my life over to Jesus." Obviously, he did not know what kind of church he was in. I explained that although Jesus was quite welcome in our church, we probably would not be able to meet his needs, and I directed him to another church down the street. "No," he said, "that doesn't matter. I just need to be able to pray right now. I have really messed up my life with drugs and alcohol, and I want to make a new start. All I need is a place to pray." "Well," I said, still expecting to be asked for money, "as you can see, we have a meeting in the church. There really isn't an appropriate place." "That doesn't matter," said the man. "I just need to pray now. This is my moment of truth. Now. It has to be now." "I suppose we could go into my office," I said, still feeling that like the man had come to the wrong place. As we entered my office, the man immediately fell to his knees, and amidst sobs, he began praying. About the time I caught on, he really did come to church to pray. As he prayed, I placed my hands on his shoulders, and when he was finished, I asked him his name and offered a prayer too, saying his name and asking God to forgive him and to give him the strength to make amends to his family and to change. Then I talked with the man for a few minutes about support groups and drug programs, and he left, and I went back to the meeting. His moment of truth? Maybe so, but it was my moment of truth too. Here was this strange man wanting to turn his life over to Jesus. Here was a man who came to a group of UUs wanting to pray, of all things. Well, no wonder I was at a loss. How often do you suppose that happens? Anyone who comes to a Unitarian Universalist gathering wanting to turn his life or her life over to Jesus is likely to get directed to a group of Baptists or Methodists where we suspect they meant to go in the first place. That was my moment of truth, because in those few moments when that man was on his knees, I let go of my fears. I let go of my distrust. I let go of my judgments. I let go of my awareness of the tremendous gap there was between what he believed and what I believed. It was indeed a moment of truth. It was a moment of presence, a moment of grace, a moment when there was a power at work that brought this man and myself into a common territory. A territory where human souls connect with one another and with the transcendent. I might easily have said to him, "I'm sorry, but your God really doesn't live in this church. And my God is on an all-encompassing principle that has neither gender nor ears. And the irony is that my expansive cosmic force would turn out to be smaller than his Father in heaven." In the moment of truth, that was a moment of presence. It didn't matter. It just did not matter. His God, my God, our God, no God, it did not matter. What does matter? That's what the moment of truth was about. What matters is that our religion offers us an opportunity for connection with ourselves, with others, and with a holy presence. Last week, I got a phone call from a colleague. "Do you have a few minutes?" he asked. "A couple," I replied. "I'm supposed to be in a staff meeting in 2 minutes." I'm conducting a little survey, he said, and I would like to know your definition of spirituality. It reminded me of my interview last spring with the search committee for this congregation. In 2 minutes, describe your theology. The main thing I have to say about spirituality, I replied, is that we spend too much time talking about it and trying to define it. Then I said, spirituality is the experience of holy presence in our lives. Then he said, what do you think UUs want when they say they would like more spirituality? Sorry, time for my meeting. I was glad to have an excuse to hang up, for I surely could not have answered that one. Now, as I think about the moment of truth as a moment of spiritual connection, I believe it has to do with both absence and presence. Spirituality is the miracle of birth and the mystery of death. It's the solace of solitude and the deep despair of loneliness. It's stirred up in us by the beauty of ocean swells a few miles away and the ugliness of an unjust war in a distant land. That holy presence speaks to us in the blended instruments of a symphony and the haunting cry of a hungry child. It's giving and receiving and giving. Spirituality is the flower and the compost heap. It is probably in our nature as religious liberals to seek the Spirit and resist it at the same time. I think of the moment of truth as a moment when we are brought to our knees, figuratively, if not literally. That is not a position you will see many of us in. At the beginning of the first Gulf War in 1990, I participated in an interfaith service. We met in an Episcopal church, and at one point we were asked to kneel for a prayer. It felt awkward at first. I do not remember the words of the prayer, but I remember that there was a sense of unity and power in that room. And it offered strength to people from many faiths. At the end of the service, I told a couple of people from my congregation that I thought we should install kneeling benches in our church. They laughed. We all knew the notion was absurd. But they also shared my appreciation for the opportunity to kneel together at a time of crisis, grief, and uncertainty. The moment of truth is a moment of connection. It happens when we who value mastery of knowledge take a posture that invites mystery. It happens when we who rely chiefly upon the power of our willfulness open ourselves to a posture of willingness. It does not happen when we are so full of our own thoughts or opinions that we cannot listen to or acknowledge those of another. It does not happen when we are determined to be in control of everything and everyone that affects our lives. The moment of truth takes place when we are secure enough in our rational religion to invite the non-rational. Notice I said non-rational, not irrational. And it takes place when we are secure enough in our sense of self to invite the power of community. Those who seek the Spirit without a grounding in reason get carried away with shallow, emotional religion. Those who seek a sense of community without grounding in their own sense of individual self-respect are vulnerable to abuses of cults. What we seek, then, is the kind of spiritual experience that builds upon science rather than opposing it. What we create is our coming together. What we create in our coming together is the kind of power that calls us to combine our gifts and talents and visions and intuitions in a way that will make a difference in our lives and in our world. We do not have to check our minds at the door in order to come to a worship service Sunday morning gathering in this place where we feel the power of community. Even for heady individuals like some of us, our religion offers an opportunity to connect with each other and with a holy presence, a mysterious and powerful presence among us. It is among us when we sing. It is among us when we pray. It is among us when we are silent. It is among us as we meet this morning for worship and as we gather together over coffee or plan an activity. This moment, this day, and this week, may we be open to the holy and mysterious presence that connects us with our own truth, with one another, with the people of the world, and with the rhythms of the earth. Let us be open to its power to free us from our fears and unite us in hope. In all the things that cross my mind, lead me in all I don't have to understand what's closer than my skin, deeper in my spirit than the breath I'm breathing in. In all the things that cross my mind, lead me. In all the things that fill my life, lead me. Hunger that I can't describe, ache that draws me up. I look for what's beyond my eyes and pray that God is love. In all the things that cross my mind, lead me. So mostly, the rest of this is kind of a question. I'm not going to ask you to answer me right now. But I want to ask you this. With all our millennia of progress, the knowledge we've accumulated, the oh so many things that we think perhaps we've mastered, mathematics, chemistry, biology, geology, astronomy, physics, technology, psychology, just the list is endless. Have we gotten any better about our selfishness, our greed, hunger for power? I'm talking as a species. Hunger for power and control, whether or it's over our immediate environment or over empires. Aren't we still wanting control? Aren't we still wanting to understand and not be puzzled by stuff? Have we gotten better? Have we ended war? Because of all of our learning, exploring, building, and developing stuff, are we, as a species, markedly, demonstrably kinder, more generous, more loving, more in tune with the natural world around us? Working in concert with plants and animals and planet and time? Have we resolved the issues of possession and common good? Rights, privileges, responsibilities? Does our physical fitness and the toughening that many are learning these days, are they serving us, making us better neighbors? We've gone a long way to develop our minds and in a lot of ways to develop our bodies, I suppose. But what piece is missing that keeps us from being able to learn the things that would move us out of these animal responses, these auto impulses? Mind, body, spirit. Head, heart, soul. Which of these might we be just a little bit less attentive to? Or at least paying less nurture to? Is there at least a possibility that rebalancing this triad could help humankind also balance our interactions with one another and with the planet? Is it a possibility? In Unitarian Universalism, we have long been, at least in Unitarianism, we have long been like on the heady side of things. Michael Servetus, who was one of our martyrs, was a polymath, and he was a theologian, a physician, a cartographer, a Renaissance humanist. He mapped the pulmonary system in Europe before anybody, accurately before others. He understood mathematics, astronomy, meteorology, geography, human anatomy, medicine, pharmacology, as well as jurisprudence, translating poetry, and studying the Bible in its original languages. Did any of that smart help him get along better with Calvin? I'm not saying the things that we are learning don't matter. What I'm talking about is tools that we still haven't learned to develop in ways that they can save humankind from us. And I'm just trying to suggest maybe there are some things we can do a little better. I have an article here, if anybody wants a copy, that's by somebody who was a hardcore atheist, grew up that way, didn't come to it out of rebellion, came from an atheist family, and talking about an experience they had. And I understand that it's not everybody's experience, but they are rather objective in their approach to what they experienced, and I'm happy to give you a copy if you want it. But for now, we're going to sing Wo Ya Ya. And then we are going to have our closing and go share in our rummaging and foraging and communing with nature and one another. Okay? The lyrics will be on the screen. Would you rise in body or spirit? We are going, heaven knows where we are going, but we know within, and we will get there. Heaven knows how we will get there, but we know we will. It will be hard, we know, and the road will be muddy and rough, but we'll get there. Heaven knows how we will get In our hungry for meaning, in our aching for friendship, in our yearning for justice, in our hearts remembering of finer days, may we look deep within the mystery of things and gather our strength. May we know the holy meaning, the mystery that breaks into every moment. May we live at peace with our world and with ourselves. And may the love of truth guide us in our everyday. Remembering the universe is so much larger than our ability to comprehend it, let us go forth from this time together with the resolve to stop trying to reduce the incomprehensible to our own petty expectations, so that wonder, that sense of what is sacred, can find space to open our minds and illumine our lives. Go in peace.
Troubled mind, forget about your scars, and I won't think of mine. And the full moon on the rise is calling us to part. You will travel safely if you listen to your heart. You got to listen to your heart. Listen to your heart. You will travel safely if you listen to your heart. If the messenger is angry and the birds refuse to sing, and everyone is talking but no one hears a thing, if they tell you that you're lost and there's heartache in the cards, you won't be led astray if you listen to your heart. Yeah, listen to your heart. Listen to your heart. You won't be led astray if you listen to your heart. You got to listen to your heart. Listen to your heart. You will travel safely if you listen to